Hi guys, so one back again with a Nanoblock Unbuild and Rebuild, and this video we're going to be doing Ho-Oh, the cover Pokemon for Pokemon Gold. And I remember this Pokemon very personally because it was the very first legendary that I ever caught in any Pokemon game that I could ever remember. I can't remember if I caught Mewtwo or what. Well, I remember the other legendary birds like Articuno, Moltres, and Zapdos. But as big as the main Pokemon is, Ho-Oh was the big one for me. So this is the very first 4-star out of 5-star difficulty for the Pokemon Nanoblock series. But if you follow this video and the methods that I'm going to show you, you should be able to turn this from a 4-star into a 3-star very easily. Now the instructions, they are going to be double-sided. As you can see here, we got one set of instructions right here and on the back. But we're going to be doing this in a slow and steady manner, so that won't be that difficult for you to understand. We'll do all the pieces of the body separately. We're also going to do the wings at the same time so that you don't get confused by it. And if you follow the methods that I do, you should be able to make this rather easy. So let me show you the pieces for this. So I'll have a full list for you down in the description of the video. We got some reds, 2x4s, 3s, and 2s. We got some 1x4 3s, 4s, 2s, and 1s, I believe. Actually, no, 1x1s. We got some red T's and red L's here. We've also got some clear plastic little pieces as well. We've also got a lot of yellow because part of the Ho-Oh model is actually yellow with the yellow beak, the yellow crown on his head, and the tail feathers as well. Kind of to give a golden effect, but we're not going to have any golden pieces on this model. We've also got quite a bit of white pieces as well, some L's, some 2x3s, 2x4s, 1x3s, T's, and 1x2s. We've even got some dark blues right here and some purple blues. Just keep in mind that when you're going to do this model and you separate the pieces, make sure you do it under a bright light instead of in the dark, otherwise you might get the pieces all mixed up. We've also got some brown 1x3 and some light green 1x2s for the ends of the wing feathers. And of course the collar around his neck. So with that all said and done, I'm going to get started on step 1 of the build. Okay, so step 1 of the build is now complete. Real easy. It's 2 whites 2x3s right here and here, and a 1x2 here and here. So we're just going to start off with the main body of Ho-Oh. We're not going to get on with the wings or do most of the or the tassels or the feet. We're going to start off with the body first, so that we got a basic understanding on, well, a basic foundation for later on in the video. So don't worry about any other pieces. Let's just focus on doing this one step at a time, and this is the first step. So now I'm going to need all the to get to work on step 2 of the video. Sorry, not of the video, the model. Okay, so step 2 is now done. Again, easy. What I did was I started off with the white tee right here, and then I put on a 2x4 here and here, followed by another white tee here at the back. So we are building up nicely towards the base of the body, but we still have a long way to go. But like they say, the journey of a thousand miles begins with but a single step. And now I'm going to move on to step 3 of the build. And step 3 is now done. It's really easy again. It's a white 2x4 right here, and then again here. So I started off with those two first before moving on to anything else. Then the white 2x3 here, and again here. So that is that for step 3 of the build. And now we're going to move on to step 4, where we're going to work on some of the red colors of Ho-Oh. Okay, so step 4 of the build is now complete. I started off with a white 1x3 right here, so that I've got a good foundation brick. If you don't know what my system is for building the models, check out the video where I explain how I read instructions so that you get a better understanding of things. Then I did a white L here and then here, followed by a red 2x2 here and here, followed by 2 reds L's here and here, then red 1x2 here, and a yellow 1x1 right there. So a good tip for this is because we were working on basically the bottom side of Ho-Oh's body first, and they were practically the same pieces. It doesn't really matter which side you use as the front or the back, but with step 4, you now know where you're going to be, where your front is going to be, where your back is going to be. So this actually works out perfectly for you, so that you can start off with building up more of the body. So I'm now going to move on to step 5, where we're going to carry on making sort of the bases of the wings ready for the model, ready for when we move on to building up the wings. Okay, so step number 5 is now completed of the build. Again, I started off here at the front with a 1x3 in red. Then I did two 1x2, 2x2s in red. Then I did this piece first, 2x3. Then another 2x3 right here. Then what I did was a 2x3 vertically, then placed a 1x2 right in between the front 2x2 here on the right, and this 2x3 right here, and then finally another 2x3E right there. So we have some of the base of Ho-Oh's wings built. Now we're going to start to build up towards the neck of the model in step 6. Okay, so step 6 is now complete. First of all, it's a red 2x3 right here at the front, then on both sides is a 1x3. And then between each one of those is a 2x3. Right here at the back. Then here is a clear see-through 1x2 here and here, so that it's just to help stabilize the wings for the model later. Otherwise, it might just fall apart. So a good bit of stability for a model as big, as epic as this really needs stability. So it's always make sure that you put on the clear bricks before moving on to the next step. If you don't to have an idea on how strong the brick should where the brick should be, check the instructions so that you know where they're supposed to go. But for now, I'm going to move on to step 7 of the build and carry on with the neck. Okay, so step 7 is now completed, and we have fully sealed up part of the model now. As you can see, we've got a 1x3 red here, then a 2x3 right here. That was where I went up next. Then I did a 2x2 right here, followed by a 1x3 right here at the back. So now that that step is over and done with, we're going to finish off with the neck. From the neck by going on to step 8, and it's really easy. Might as well show it to you. You need to do put on a 1x2 right here, then behind it, a red T, gives a good solid, helps out with the foundation for the neck, and then on to step 9, we put on another green 1x2 right here, and on top of that, a red 1x2. Now you have to make sure that the pieces are nice and straight, otherwise it would look a little bit wonky. But if you want it to have a turn like that, then I suppose it should be alright. But that's it for step 9 of the build. I just need to get to work on step 10 of the build, where we're going to start working on Ho-Oh's head. Okay, so we've moved the body aside for the time being so that we can start to work on the head of the model. So first of all, I grabbed a yellow 1x3 right here, then a 2x3 right here at the back, followed by a red 1x3 and 2 red 1x2s like that. Now you're probably wondering, why aren't we using a 1x4 instead of instead of the 2 1x2s? Now, in my opinion, I think this is to help with the method of building the model, but if you want to use a 1x4, you're more than welcome to. But for the purpose of this video, we're only going to be using according to the instructions, so the 2 1x2s are the pieces that we needed. So with that step over and done with, I'm now going to get to work on step 11, where we're going to be working on the eyes of Ho-Oh, as well as more of the head. Okay, so step 11 of the build is now completed. What I did was I started from the front to the back like I normally do. I did a yellow 1x1 right here, followed by a 2x3. And as I kept building along, I had to make sure that all the pieces were lined up normally, because if it did look like it was out of place, even just for a second, it would kind of look pretty bad. Then I did the dark blue 1x3s here and then here. And make sure that they are the dark blues and not the cerulean blues, otherwise it won't be the actual Ho-Oh that we're building. And it would look quite different. So just stick with the dark blue pieces instead of any others. Then right here at the back is a in between those dark blues is a red 1x3 followed by a red T, and that is that for the head. We're actually getting some stability on the model done. So now I'm going to move on to step 12 of the build. Okay, so step 12 of the build is done. Again, I used another yellow 1x1 right here at the front so that it's, as you can see here at this angle, it gives off the curve that it's an actual beak instead of just a rather awkward beak. Otherwise, it wouldn't look like a proper bird's face or whatnot. Then I did a yellow 1x3 right here, followed by, well, I said at the beginning of the video that it was a brown 1x3. I actually lied. It's a dark red 1x3. So there we go. It's all cleared up now. Then I used a white 1x3 here to form the pupils, the very centers of Ho-Oh's eyes. Then another dark blue 1x1 here, and again here. Yeah, so that's it for the dark blues. And then a red T right here so that it's all stabilized and nothing wobbles around. With that over and done with, I'm now going to get to work on building up, well, finishing off the eyes of Ho-Oh and then starting to work on the head, the crown of the bird. Okay, so we are now on the next step of the model, step 13. And what I've done is I had to put on a red 2x2 here and again here. Then two red 1x3s. Now, for the two 1x2s, you can use a 1x4 if you want, but for the purpose of this video, we're using the 2x2s. Now, with step 13 over and done with, we just have one more piece to put on, and that is a red 1x3, and that is step 14 done. And with that over and done with, we can now start to work on the crown of Ho-Oh's head. And to begin this step, which will be step 15, we just need a yellow 1x4, which you place on top like so. Easy. And I might as well carry on with this. So I'm going to need some, well, a yellow, next up is a yellow 1x1, which we put right here, followed by a 1x4 again, like so. Really easy to do. That's step 16. Now on to step 17 again. We're going to need another yellow 1x1 and a 1x4. But we have to make sure that it's a very unique pattern on the top of Ho-Oh's head. So the 1x4 goes on like that. And then the little 1x1 is placed on there. Alright, so with that piece now put on, we're going to move on to step 18 of the build. Where we're going to need a 1x2, put it on here, and then another 1x1. And if you're a little worried that it might not look nice and steady, don't worry about it. Step 19 and 20 is going to help resolve this. So for step 19, you put on 1x3 like this, and then a 1x2, and then right in between those two pieces for step 20, and there we go. We have the crown of Ho-Oh's head now built. And with that, we can move on to step 21, where we put on Ho-Oh's head. And we have to make sure it's nice and straight, as it is right now. And this is what Ho-Oh should look like after step 21. Now, don't worry about it being out of balance right now, because he doesn't have his feet. But we are going to move on to the more difficult step of the build, which will be Ho-Oh's wings, which will be step 22 and step 36. But that's just too easy. All you need, for the time being, we put the Ho-Oh base there. We need, according to the instructions, you need a 2x4 for the left and the right wing. Really easy. No, you don't need anything else for that. Then you move on to step 23, and 37. And for step 37, the right wing here. Oh, hang on a second, guys. Okay, so as I was saying, for step 30, for the right wing here, you just put on a white 1x2 here at the end, and then there we go. So now you know a good way to know which one is the left wing and the right wing is where the white 1x2s are placed. So this one would be Ho-Oh's left wing, and this one would be the right wing, because of where the white 1x2s are. So the 1x2 for the left wing is placed on the right of the 2x4 from the previous step, and for the right wing, the 1x2 is placed on the left hand side of the previous step, from the previous step. So with that step over and done with, I'm now going to move on to each wing's next step. Okay, so the next step, well, both steps of the wings are done. What I did was I started off with a red 2x4, as you can see on each wing, like so. Right here and here. Then I did a white 1x2 right here and here. Then a green 1x2 here and here. And make sure that the greens are at least one peg away from the white 1x2 so that it gives off that majestic green fiery effect for the wings. So with that step over and done with, I'm now going to move on to the next step, which will be step 39 and step 25. Okay, so steps 29 and 30, 25 and 39 are both done. What I've done for 25 is I placed a red, well, for each step, is a 1x3 here at the end, where the wings are starting to form a bit of a step motion. Let's go with that. Then a white 1x2 right here, and then a green 1x2 on top of the previous 1x2s. So we are starting to build up nicely towards the effect of the flying wings, which is what we want. And now we'll move on to step 40 and 26 for each wing respectively. Okay, so both 26 and 40 are both done. It's practically a red 2x3 on each wing. It looks a bit funny, but just easy so that I can display it for you guys. And then a lime green, green 1x2 right here and here at the here and here at the back of the wings. So we are building up the effects for Ho-Oh's wings, the majestic aura that it gives off. So we're now going to move on to step 41 and 27, and we're going to carry on adding some more of that fiery effect on the wings. Okay, so steps 27 and 41 are done for the wings. What I had to do was a white 1x2 here and here, and then a red 2x3 right here and here. But instead of keeping it going straight like it would normally do, we have to make sure that it's nice and curved. So make sure that the red 2x3s, when you place them, are one peg away from the white 1x2s, as you can see right here on the on your screen. Now I'm going to move on to the next step of the build, and it's really easy. We're going to add more of the lime greens to give off the effect that we want. Okay, so steps 28 and 42 for the wings are now done. I started off with the green 1x2s right here from the last steps. Then another white 1x2 right here, and again here. Then I had to grab a red 1x3 here and here, so that it's got more of the flapping curve to the wings that we need for the model. So with that over and done with, I'm now going to move on to the next steps of each model. Sorry, for each of the wings. Okay, so steps 29, and which one was it again? Yeah, 43 are now both done. Really easy, it's just a red 1x3 right here, and of course right there, followed by a green 1x2 at the back. So with that done, I'm actually going to show you guys the rest of the wing builds as we go along, so that it just saves me time from pausing and unpausing the recording. So I'm going to move on to finish off the wings, and I'm going to use instructions as a reference. So 44 and I believe it is 40. I'm not entirely 30, sorry. Okay. You grab a 2x3, a red one, like that. And then the next step on each wing, you grab a white 1x2, then red 1x3, really easy to do. Just make sure that it is in line with each other. There we go. Then we just need more greens, 1x2s, top of the whites like so. And then red 1x2 on top of the red 1x3 like so. Then we put on the last of our 2 green 1x2s. So, if you're worried about the pieces coming loose, don't worry about it. It is bound to happen. Then in front of those greens, go. Then on top of the red 1x2s that we just placed in front of those greens, like that. And the wings are now fully completed. And if you're wondering why we haven't done the white 1x2s at the end of the wings, it's so that the effects can give a nice curving look. So with each wing done, we can bring back the model, the main body and the head, then apply the wings accordingly. So just make a good way to know. There we go. And there we go. Those are the wings now attached to Ho-Oh. The best way to know is to figure out where you have to put the wings on the body is you use the 1x3 visual effect on the bottom at the base of each wing, and then you put it on top of where Ho-Oh's wings are. Another good location is the clear 1x2s that you put on earlier in the build. So the body is the wings are now attached to the body, and now we can move on to working on the feet of Ho-Oh. Let me show you what I have to do. Okay, so we're now on step 50 of the build. If you've already reached this step all by yourself, congratulations, you're a better builder than I am. If you haven't reached this step already, don't worry about it. It takes a bit of confidence to build up your building skills. But step 50, let me show you what I had to do. It's really easy, to be honest. You need 2 blue T's right here and here, and then between those two is a clear 1x3. If you can see it right here at the back, just if you are not entirely sure where, like I said earlier, where the clear 1x3 is supposed to go, take a look in the instructions. That's a great reference for you. Now I'm going to move on to step 51 and 52 for the build. Now I'm going to do 51 first, so you know what you have to do. So for 51, I put the blue L's. I've got 2 of them. One here, one here. And then I apply them like so. There we go. So we got a nice, so we've got the base, well, the main feet of Ho-Oh. But now we got to do step 52, where we apply the white 1x2s to these here and here. And then we just put on the feet underneath Ho-Oh. And the best way to do this, you gotta make sure that the white 1x2s are nice and straight. Then you place it underneath like so. And I have put it on correctly. So that is it. Ho now has his feet. He just needs his little tail feathers. So we're going to get to work on those now. Okay, so step 54 is now completed. It will be a bit of a tricky task from here on out, but if you keep watching the video, hopefully some of my tips and techniques will help you out with this. So I started off with 2 yellow L's, one here and one here. Then on top of those L's, where the gaps are facing northeast and northwest, well, this one is facing northwest, this one's northeast. I did a clear 1x3. Take a look at the instructions. That's a great reference for you just in case you're not sure where they should go. Then on top of those is a yellow 1x3 here and here. Then a yellow L here and here, where the gaps are facing the southwest here and southeast here. So with that over and done with, we're going to move on to step 55 of the build. Okay, so step 55 of the build is now done. What I did was I started off with the yellow L's here so that they could connect to the L's from the previous step, and then move on to the next pieces. Then I did a yellow 1x3 right here, and again here. Then a clear 1x3 right here. Again, the instructions are a perfect reference for it. If you find it's a little unstable, don't worry about it. You can always go back to correct the instability. So I'm going to move on to step 56, where we're going to build up more and more of the golden tail feathers. Just a quick one before I move back onto the more of the build. I have to put on, had to put on, sorry, a clear 1x3 behind the 2 L's here, so that it's got a nice bit of stability, and so that we can carry on working towards the top of the golden tail feathers. So now I'm going to move on to step 56. Step 56 is now done, and the reason why we had to go back to step 55 was so that the clear plastic 1x3s, the see-through ones, gave the stability to the yellow L's here and here. Otherwise, it would just be unbalanced and they could keep falling off the model, and we don't want that. Then what I did was a clear 1x3 here, followed by a yellow 1x3 here and here again. So with step 56 done, I'm going to move on to step 57, but I'm going to do it on camera to show you guys what you have to do. It's more the golden effect, well, the parts of the tail feathers. It's easy to do. First of all, we need 2 L's. You put them on here, here. And then we put on 2 yellow L 1x2s here, and again here. And then finally 2 more 1x2s, which is easy to do. You put them on the L's that you put on the previous step, as such. And there we go. Now we're gonna stay on. We'll move on to step 59, but we will keep doing this on camera. So first of all, we need a yellow. Well, we need to put on a yellow L and a 1x2 on like this, and again like this, and we have to put it at the bottom of the feathers like so. There we go. Beautifully done. And then we put them underneath Ho-Oh as such. Now we're going to carry on with the that step 60 as well. So with step 61, I'm going to gather the pieces first before moving on to the build. So I'll catch up with you guys in a second. Okay, so I've done a bit of an easy part on step 61. What I did was three 1x2s right here. I did this twice. I had to create a sort of a steps effect, as you can see right here on the camera. Now, the next thing that we have to do is we have to put on each one of those step effect 1x2s onto an L, like so. And then we put them, hopefully I've done this correctly, which I have not. It's supposed to be like so. And then we put on each one like this. will be a bit difficult, don't worry about it. And there we go. Now, if you feel like the model is about to fall apart, don't worry, you can always go back and rebuild it. And that's what I'm going to do before moving on to step 62, which will be the final step of the build. Okay, so we are now at step 62 of the build. There's still one more step to do, which is the final assembly, but we'll get to that in a minute. First of all, let's start off with the bits that you need. So we needed 3 1x2s again, also in the steps motion, like in the previous step 61. And then what we need is a clear 1x3 right here, followed by 2 yellow L's right here and here. Make sure that the gaps are facing towards the northwest here and northeast here. Then you apply those 2 steps again, as such. Make sure they're nice and secure. Then underneath the model, your main Ho-Oh model, put them on, and hopefully put this in the right position, like so. And that is it. Just put it on the final assembly, make some repairs, and done. Ho-Oh is now ready to take flight over the lands of Johto. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, why not check out my latest video right here. If you haven't got anything to watch on the weekend or one of your days off, why not check out my playlist right here. And if you aren't a subscriber to the channel, please do hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified on my latest videos. Hope to see you again soon. Happy gaming. See you around.